The blind boy played one song and changed the whole room forever. The grand hall of the Lincoln Arts Center glowed with gold light as New York's musical elite gathered for a charity concert. In the crowd stood David Thompson, a 16-year-old blind boy, holding his white cane nervously. He had come with his school music teacher, excited just to listen. But then, from the stage, famous pianist Vincent Sterling noticed him. Wearing an Armani tuxedo and his usual arrogant smile, Vincent called out, "Hey kid, how about playing something for us? I bet you know Happy Birthday." Laughter rippled through the crowd. To them, it was a harmless joke. But to David, it felt like a public humiliation. What they didn't know was that this boy had spent 8 hours a day practicing on a borrowed church keyboard, memorizing every note by touch and sound. He had lost his sight and his parents in a car accident 8 years ago. Music was all he had left. David took a calm breath. "Actually," he said softly, "I prefer Bach." Vincent smirked. "Bach? What could you possibly play?" "Partita No. 2 in C minor," David replied. "But perhaps it's too advanced for this audience." The room went silent. Even Vincent froze, insulted by the boy's quiet confidence. Trying to mock him further, Vincent played a few bars of the piece, in the wrong key, just to test him. "Nice," David said evenly, "but the Partita No. 2 is in C minor, not D major." A wave of whispers spread through the audience. Vincent's smile faded. David continued. "Bach wrote this piece after his wife died. Every part reflects grief, denial, anger, and finally acceptance. To play it right, you must understand real loss." Vincent stiffened. For the first time in his career, he felt small. "Go ahead then," Vincent said bitterly. "Show us what you can do." David sat at the piano, setting his cane aside. He ran his fingers gently across the keys, as if greeting an old friend. "Before I start," he said, "I want to ask, has anyone here ever lost everything and had to rebuild from nothing?" No one answered. The air was thick with unease. Then David began to play. From the very first note, the hall transformed. The same melody Vincent had played earlier now sounded completely different, alive, trembling with emotion. Every phrase told a story, a child's loss, a young man's anger, and a soul finding peace through music. People who had come to show off their wealth now sat frozen, tears forming in their eyes. Dr. Webb, a famous conductor, whispered, "In 40 years, I've never heard anything like this." Vincent's heart pounded. The boy's playing wasn't just good, it was genius. Every note exposed the emptiness in Vincent's own performance. By the time David reached the final movement, the audience was weeping openly. He ended the piece with a soft, lingering note that filled the room with silence. Then, slowly, everyone rose to their feet. The applause thundered like a storm. David stood, calm and humble. "Thank you, Dr. Sterling," he said. "Sometimes we must face our own music to learn who we really are." Vincent couldn't speak. He just shook the boy's hand, knowing that this single night had destroyed his reputation. 6 months later, David walked through the halls of Juilliard School, the youngest full scholarship student in its history. Dr. Webb had personally arranged it after witnessing his performance. The wealthy patron Margaret Rothschild, who had mocked David that night, now funded his studies and created a foundation to support other poor, gifted musicians. "That boy showed me that privilege without purpose is useless," she told the New York Times. Meanwhile, Vincent Sterling's world collapsed. His concerts were canceled, his sponsors withdrew, and critics wrote that his playing had all the notes, but none of the soul. He now taught piano in a small community center, haunted by the night he tried to humiliate a blind boy and ended up revealing his own emptiness. 2 years later, David performed at Carnegie Hall, playing the same Partita No. 2. The hall erupted in tears and applause. "Music doesn't belong to any one of us," he told the audience. "It exists to connect hearts, no matter who we are or where we come from." That night, his performance became a legend and a lesson. True talent always rises above prejudice. As David often told young musicians who faced discrimination, the best revenge isn't to destroy those who hurt you. It's to build something greater than they could ever imagine. The court